Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 22nd of November for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now, if you're new to my channel, what I do is provide an overview of the major themes of the week for us all. I then dive deep and give a detailed forecast for each zodiac sign, so please stay with me for that. Monday sees the Sun return to the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the ninth zodiac sign. It's a fire sign, but it's also mutable. That means it's very flexing. It's very much to do with higher values, can be to do with philosophy, higher education, travel, borders, anything to do with customs and exports, adventure, independence, and it has a very inquiring energy. But it's also joined on Wednesday by Mercury, the planet of communication. Technically not at its best in the sign of Sagittarius, but I think this is one of the afflictions that's least difficult. Here Mercury gives us even greater appetite for information, for knowledge. And the two are going to be broadly together from the middle of the week through to the end of the week. And then next Monday, the 29th, they come into an exact conjunction known as a cazimi, which is very exciting. And that means the agility and flexibility of Mercury in Sagittarius is really warmed up by the wonderful rays of the Sun. But also, as this week begins, Venus and Uranus continue a very enlivening relationship, pushing us to be more open-minded about what we do with our resources, which is very much to do with the sign of Taurus. But of course, Venus in the sign of Capricorn is very much more perhaps to do with relationships, you would think. But Venus is the planet of money. So in the rather stable and worldly sign of Capricorn, this could be a great time to think outside the box, be a bit fresher in our approach to how we use the resources we have. But in a love relationship, someone may completely surprise us with an unexpected proposal, an invite on a date, and it may be the least likely person we could imagine. Now on Saturday there is a quarter moon in the very precise sign of Virgo, and that squares with the Sun in Sagittarius. This creates a bit of a conflict between what we want to do for ourselves, the more freedom-loving energies of Sagittarius clashing with the more responsible energies of Virgo. So if we do want to do something more independently as the week draws to a close, important not to give away our autonomy by promising to do something for somebody else that we might actually end up regretting and feeling a little bit resentful about. Now all this week, as it's been for some time, Pluto, the planet of change, the planet of power and of the underworld in Capricorn, is in a semi-sextile to Jupiter. And this can be very, very positive for the reform of how we go about things in a collective sense, but particularly around how we work and how we earn a living. So some big changes can still be evolving there for us all. But please stay with me for your individual zodiac sign. But if you would be so good to subscribe to my channel, if you've yet to do so, please click on the subscribe button. And this will mean every time I drop a video, you'll get an alert. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see the subscription link below. I've written these for over 25 years. My work's used around the world on some major platforms. And finally, with year 2022 racing up, if you'd like to get your personal horoscope for next year, your forecast based on your time, date and place of birth, you can do so now. Get the rest of this year free and 30% off and a character analysis. Please see the link beneath this video. Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your in-depth forecast for week commencing the 22nd of November. I've been looking forward to sharing your forecast more than anyone else because with the Sun arriving in your sign, to be joined by Mercury on Wednesday is going to see a big sea change in your situation. I think it's felt over recent weeks there's been a lot of very intense thinking, talking, researching, Perhaps ideas have been floating around without a full amount of structure, but now you're moving into a very dynamic part of the year, and you're going to move into the moment. You're going to be less concerned about the past. If you have been doing some soul searching or coming to terms with a separation or thinking very much in a nostalgic way about people from your past, now you're going to want to make things happen. This is a very direct energy that's developing for you this week. Now, it is true that Mars, the planet of drive, is still locked in your 12th house. So there may still be one or two psychological outstanding issues floating around. But for the main part, I think you're going to feel much more alive, much more self-confident, much more self-assured, and you're going to want to initiate something. Now, whether this is something brand new or you want to put greater energy into an ongoing strand that's maybe lost a bit of impetus recently, it really depends on you. But you do have a great opportunity to take a much firmer grip on the tiller of your life direction. The quarter moon on Saturday does suggest that somebody, perhaps a parent, perhaps a boss, perhaps someone you ordinarily would respect a lot, may not necessarily totally understand what you're trying to do. But sometimes in life we have to be very single-minded in order to achieve our core goals, particularly about the things we feel passionately about. So your passions are coming very much into focus now. It is about having a clear idea of what you want to achieve and putting all of your energies into that in a very purposeful way. Now also, your ruling planet Jupiter is still continuing to forge a semi-sextile with Pluto. That's very positive. It suggests conversations at this time can also be very good for your financial situation too.